Okay, I'm back. Something I didn't mention in the other video when setting up your T1 planet and your extractors is that each one of the structures costs ISK. In total, for setting up all these 5 planets, I'd say plus the ship and plus the command centers, you're probably talking about 60 million, between 50 and 60 million ISK to do a full setup. Right, so you've sorted out your T1 production by using the first video. So you've gone and done your noble on one planet. You've done your zoom out, there we go. You've done your base metals on another planet. You've done your etc. You get the idea. Non-crystals on another, and whatever the other one is on the other. So you've done all that now. You've got your 4 planets all extracting. You started to create your reactive metals and such like. What we're going to do in this video is show you how to build your T2 and T3 planet, and then how to get it into production. So on your 5th planet, you're not going to be harvesting any resources. There is no need to. So it doesn't really matter what planet it is on. Also, just to note, you can only place 1 command center on each planet, and because of CPU and power grid load, you can't place multiple extracting units. If you do, then I think you'd probably be limited to something like 4 heads per extractor if you had 2 extracting units, etc. Which is why I do mine completely dedicated, because you get the most ISK from it, really. From what I found so far, I've set up my T2 to 3 planet, T1 into T2 into T3 planet. For planet 8, I'm not harvesting anything from here, so nice and neat. So again, undock, make sure you've got your command center in the hold, warp to the planet which you want to do it on. If you do want to really start thinking about it, about saving time and things like that, you can have a look about what's closest to or what's in the middle distance wise between the rest of the planets. It might save time warping. These big hauling ships do take a long time warping. So you get to your planet, you go on to, we're not bothered about scanning at all. Obviously your command center will be in your hold, and you'll be undocked in the same system. So you click that, put it down wherever, it doesn't really matter. Once it's down, upgrade it, click on the max and upgrade. Obviously this costs ISK. Now, I found the best method is to use 3 launch pads. First one, place 1 launch pad, and for this you're always going to be putting in your reactive and precious metals. Now this, remember, we're making robotics as the end product. Of one of those requirements for robotics is mechanical parts. So we're going to focus on making mechanical parts, which is a T2 planet commodity. So in this launch pad you're always going to put your reactive and precious, which go into your mechanical parts. So put your launch pad down there, then go ahead and create your advanced industry facility. It's advanced because it requires T21s to go into it. So just go ahead and create it. Obviously I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've just done it as evenly as possible and just taken my processor, my command center to the max. So these aren't necessarily always in production, or when they are, they get through the resources I put them in them within like 2.5 days, 3 days. So go ahead and do what you did before, is create the links between your processors and your launch pad. Each one's click, 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 click. Then you want to go onto your schematics, same as before. Go down to mechanical parts. Go down to mechanical parts, install. Click on your products. Click on your mechanical parts output. Click on your route and back into your launch pad. I'll talk about how to get the precious metals and things like that from your other planets in a minute. In fact, in the meantime, I'm going to warp my ship, which is in space, it's undocked, to one of the 4 planets where I need to start collecting from. Whilst it's in warp, I'll tell you why. Planet 2, you want to go to the customs office. Planet 2, warp. Whilst that's warping, go back onto your production planet. So, mechanical parts, factories, into your launch pad. On the other side, you want to do exactly the same, but you want to do it for, I can't remember what we're creating here, consumer electronics. So create another launch pad, try not space them out too much, this is just fine, it works perfectly. Create another launch pad, create another 6 or 7 advanced industry, link them together, select your schematics to be consumer electronics. This is, again, if you're only doing robotics, you get the hang of it once you've read this and gone through any of the guides. Then you need to have another launch pad. So like I say, it's probably not the most efficient ways, I'm sure there's better ways to be doing it. In this other launch pad is all my robotic parts, robotics will go into. Now I've got 3 robotic advanced industries, so again, just in the middle, processors, advanced, robotic. And then on the products they make, once you've created it in your schematics, click your products and route it to this other launch pad, completely out of the way. Link them all up. Okay. Ship's just got to the other planet now. When you, I'm kind of going to go a step beyond, and then I'm going to have to come back on myself. When you create your mechanical parts, again, I haven't got any in production at the moment, and I've used them all in here. When you create your mechanical parts, they will appear in here as storage when they come out into T2s. You click on your mechanical parts, click on create route, and do that each time. So there'll only be one mechanical part listed there, so you click your mechanical parts, create route, click your first one, click on create route, then click on submit when it asks you for your submit button. After any changes, always remember to click on submit, otherwise they don't take effect. And do that the same for each factory. Make sure you got a link, and then the same with consumer electronics, link them up. So now everything's linked, and all you're waiting for is the T1 product in order to actually start your manufacturing. Hopefully I've not gone too fast. It's good job it's a video, you can rewind it. So I'm now in space, my first planet that I set up. I'm at the customs office. I'm going to access it. Now this is the launch pad which is on the planet. You see I've got precious metals there. So when I drag that into the planetary customs office hold, once you've dragged it, click on transfer. You'll notice that every time you do a transaction between the customs office and the launch pad, it costs you ISK. Click on transfer, and same as looting a ship, planetary commodities, drag that into there. And then I'm going to go to the next planet. Planet 5, customs office. That's 4, planet 5.
Warp drive active.
Basically, you warp between these 4 planets which are extracting your resources, put them in your planet hold, and then once you've got them all from all 4 planets, warp yourself to your manufacturing planet. I'm just going to make a part 3 of the video so you don't just see me warping around and being bored and wasting time.